A group of suspects arrested in connection with the murders of rapper Kiernan AKA Forbes and his friend Tebello Tibz Motsoane appeared in the Durban Magistrates Court this morning. The court appearance comes just over a year since the two were gunned down outside a restaurant in Durban. Police say the suspects conspired to kill Forbes and that Motsoane was not their target. Police have also linked some of the suspects to other unrelated murder cases. KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi earlier this week confirmed the first arrests and that an amount of 800,000 rand was allegedly paid to the suspects for the execution. Hits or contract killings have become a common occurrence in South Africa. Now, we are joined by an SABC News investigator to further unpack this for us. Please note, we will not be revealing our guest's name or identity for safety reasons. I will, however, refer to him as X for the purposes of this interview. X, thank you so much for joining us this morning. So, of course, we saw, the appearance of those 5 of the 7 accused in the Durban Magistrates Court today, and it's raised a number of questions around hitmen. You've investigated a lot of hitman cases yourself, and what would you say, goes into just organizing some of these hits?
Yeah, good morning and to the viewers and the listeners. Yeah, I think ordering hit now is now common, and it's mostly, I'll just mention a few of the things that people order hits. It's mostly because of desperation of power, mostly in positions for politics, and also in the tendering space, we do find people order hit men. For tenders, and we can also say it's greediness. People do order hit for their loved ones, for insurance cash outs as well. We know it's also rife in the taxi industry, fighting for routes and power. And the most common one now is angry people that can order hit for revenge, which is now rife. So, yeah, it is now easy, I can say, for one to order a hitman because of the people they resort to being hitmen because of unemployment in the country, and people are no longer scared like before to kill someone, so there is now a quite number of people coming to this industry of being a hitman, so it's making it becomes easy for one to get a hitman.
And now, I don't want to go into the merits of this particular case in as far as the 7 accused are concerned, as you rightfully point out. But, I mean, just some of the things that we are hearing about this case. I mean, we heard earlier from the police that this particular hit included a coordinator, it included shooters, spotters, and a person who was obviously hired, to get the vehicles and the ammunition that were needed for this particular crime. What are some of the complexities, would you say, of organizing such a hit?
Obviously, it will be me wanting to kill someone. I will then have to find someone who can organize a hitman, because let's say I'm an ordinary person. I'll have to find someone who can organize a hitman for me. Then I will help them to give them their details. Obviously, we will come firstly to an agreement of an amount, and it differs according to prices. For killing an ordinary person, there's a price for that, and if you go for someone with power, there's a huge amount that you have to be prepared to pay. And then if you come to an agreement, I will then give them the details of the person that I want them to be killed. And they will make their own research. There are people in that circle that are involved. They may be the I just give them the name and the cell phone number. Then they will have to investigate who is this person, where do they stay, and they'll have to monitor their routes, their daily routine, where do they go, who do they hang up with, which is the best spot to find them and to hit on them. And all that involves a lot of people who have access in what do you call this? Access in finding information of people, and the money will be distributed accordingly. And after that, then they will know the perfect spot and the routes. And once you get to the victim, once they get to that particular spot that they think is the best one, then they will be killed. So yeah, it's just a lot of people that are involved in one to be killed, and it's according to who are they.
Yeah, and I mean, you raise a very good point in terms of, one would need to organize. And what we understand by that now is the mastermind. How often do you, see these masterminds being actually revealed, or will we ever know, particularly in these big cases? I mean, we've got the Senzo Meyiwa case now on, we've got this particular recent arrest. Is it easy for investigators particularly to arrest some of these masterminds?
It's not easy. It's really not easy. I'll make an example. There's a hitman that I was visited in prison. He was arrested for killing someone. I had a conversation with the hitman, and he wanted to reveal as to whom ordered him to go and kill. In fact, he did mention to me, and I wanted to have a lengthy conversation with him after he was released. And he did mention to me that he will reveal the people that sent him to go and kill, because they were agreements that they didn't meet. But tell you what, 2 months down the line, and just before he was released, he was then poisoned in prison. So I think it's one of the elements that makes these people to be scared of revealing. Number two, they have been told that, take the fall, we'll take care of your family. Just go and serve the sentence. I mean, we've seen that with the recent released killer or hitman of Chris Hani. He also mentioned that if I reveal who sent me, the South Africa won't be the same, So it's not easy. They rather take the fall because they're afraid that they will be killed themselves, or there is agreement of a large amount that they are promised by the people who ordered the hit.
You've already answered part of my question that I was going to ask in terms of, you having previously interviewed a hitman. I wanted to ask you, what are some of the most shocking things that you've heard that they've had to do? I mean, you've just given an example of one or two of those, but do you have, something that you can share with us that you've heard?
I think the shocking thing is that these people, they are in our community. It's ordinary people. You don't expect to see, when you meet the hitman, you'll think that you meet someone who or someone who looks like a criminal or what. They are ordinary people. They are Christians. They live with us. They are family men. They love their families, their neighbors, and whatnot. You wouldn't really expect them to be hitmen, and they play their cards very carefully, and yeah. So I think that what is shocking with these people who live with them in our communities, and also that it's easy for them to find information. They can They can, if they want you, they can find you at any time, and they don't have mercy. It's someone who can smile with you, and then they kill you. To them it's just a job like anyone who has a job. And yeah, I think those are the shocking elements about these guys.
And I'm sure, and I wonder, when you were interviewing, this hitman, in particular, if you asked the question, how should, citizens protect themselves? I mean, we speak about how easy it has become in this country. I mean, we heard in this AKA matter that an amount of 800,000 rands was paid to, these suspects. But in other cases, we of course know much less has been paid. So it's even become easier and it's become cheaper, to lose your life in South Africa. In some of your questioning, does he give any, tips in terms of how ordinary South Africans can protect themselves?
No, I think, like I mentioned, they are also human. They look at the value and they look at why do you want to kill this person? And if maybe it's just an ordinary citizen, for a very lame reason for them to be killed, what they resort to is calling you the victim that was sent by so-and-so to kill you. Yeah. So I'm letting you know. And the only way you can be saved is for you to double the amount that I'm being paid so that I go and kill that person. Because I can see, when I do my research, I can see that, maybe say, for instance, you are a family man or woman, and if you get killed, your family will be left without any support, So I'd rather kill the person who killed me, but you will need to double up the money. And if you can't, then unfortunately I'll have to kill you. Those are some of the things that they said to me based on the investigation.
And in fact, what you're saying reminds me of the chilling case of convicted serial killer Rosemary Ndlovu, who, in one instance, her alleged hitman actually went to tell the victim before that happened. So it is a possibility. But X, thank you so much for your insights and for your time on the show. Really do appreciate it, as chilling as it may be.